Introducing your co-hosts, Chedda Mike, Lil Mattress, and Dave. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit.
Oh, yeah, we on now.
We on, up and running. How you doing? Welcome everybody to 3-piece and a biscuit. Sweet 16 episodes.
Yes, sir, that's right. This is the show once a week. Talk about what happened last week.
About everything and nothing. And you still gonna learn.
Bars.
Break up a Kit Kat.
I got my man, Chedda Mike to the right.
Yes,
I got
sir.
Lil Mattress. I'm the rideshare idiot, just a driver. Gentlemen, how was your week? Happy 420, by the way.
Happy 420, Earth
motherfuckers
Day.
out here puffing a doobie.
Yes.
There it is.
Legalize it, Trump. One day.
Legalize it. Legalize it.
else?
Yeah, man, that's the interesting thing. No, see, that's what we do. We can't jump off of it. We gotta stay on it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no,
we were on it for about 4 seconds.
How was your week? Yeah, so how was your week? I'm just asking, how about you?
You know, the same. I'm
Same
a white
face.
man in America. It can't get that bad. Hello.
That's the best.
Weed, man. Donald Trump, he's talking about it.
Donald Trump about to supposedly, speculation,
Rumor has it.
for the polls to rise for 2020, but 2019, a little puff, you know, little legalizing. Who
But-
knows?
I think it is, but like we were saying before, though, it is, he wants to make it a states' right thing, though. You
yeah.
know? But which has kind of been, I think how it's either saying
what I
states'
heard is
right
across the
or-
board. Even
yeah, but see,
federally.
that goes against Jeff Sessions. That's why
And I heard also
He's gonna
Mr.
get
Jeff
fired?
Sessions is out
he's fired.
soon.
Jay Sesh.
Fired.
Hey Jeff, if you haven't heard, tune in now. You about to be. You about to be.
Trump.
But one
Yes.
thing that Chedda Mike said off the mic was about Trump doing it for voting reasons,
Yes.
well, re-election reasons, which I think Trump's smart in that.
Yeah.
You know, because
The Apprentice
man,
type
you
shit.
want that millennial vote that
he's
that
out-
hates Trump, because there's
Yep.
a group of people that hate Trump and don't know why. There's a group of people that love.
Yeah.
There's a group of people that love Che Guevara and don't know why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
shit to where like you're a millennial, Trump, you're supposed to not like him. He's a
Yeah.
bad guy. When everyone is not all or nothing. That's
your
how it
college
goes.
professor tells you to hate him.
Exactly, and your college roommates and all the other people that are around you as well, probably. But I agree, man. I think that might be a reason why he goes for it with the whole man. Yeah, let's make it all legal, because they see that it's not hurting anyone anyway.
It's happening soon.
Cigarettes have to be down like a motherfucker, so I'm sure
Yeah.
Marlboro and everyone else is buying it up and
we've heard the
hopping on.
rumors in the past, about how cigarette companies have already brought rights to sell it when it is
Yep.
legal. Like this stuff has been in play a
that's-
long time.
Yeah, they're all about to like, get their piece. Like maybe that's what they're really really waiting for. But I didn't notice a big influence around here. You know what I'm saying? You always see the pictures. I know the Waterbury paper. They tried to like post like some guy smoking a joint of blow and a spliff or something. But
Reefer madness. No.
but actually, yeah, maybe we could talk about that. Part of the propaganda. But it didn't seem like that big of a deal here. You know what I'm saying? Every time it hits the news, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's getting closer.
Well, I do think
But-
because Connecticut is, I mean,
Old as fuck.
no. Connecticut, it's medically legal, so
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a reason for it,
Yeah,
because
in the
back
open.
in the day it was really, really, taboo still. But
Yes.
that is actually a good thing to talk about, of reefer madness, in the sense of there's also extreme people on both sides.
Yep.
Where, do you ever talk to someone who's just like, no, and you can smoke weed and take care of that? Like, no, my fucking legs broke, dude. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
I've met a couple people like that, man, to where they're just like,
The
oh,
extreme.
you got headaches? You got blah, blah, blah? You
But
got,
I
like, they
think-
feel like it's that, cure-all.
Could be a placebo.
I think it's some of it's a decisive. It's I don't know.
A lot of research in different ways.
Well, also,
say
for a
going-
lot of
going
people,
back
I
to the
think it's
research,
just,
though.
it's also, when you hear something that you really that you want to believe in,
Yes,
so you do.
yeah.
And I'm not saying that weed cannot do magical things, because weed is great. But there's also people that are just like, any single problem that you have, they have a strain of weed for it.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
not the fucking
But
truth.
what about the flip side, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the conspiracy theorists that think that it really is it's the hemp that,
the
you know what I'm
hemp.
saying, that we
It's the
can
hemp
really
theorists.
benefit from, and
Yep.
it's things like the oil industry and,
Yes,
you know what I'm
of
saying,
course.
like fossil fuels
Yeah.
or
The
whatever.
root goes deeper.
You
than,
know, well,
yeah.
I mean, not so much the
Yes.
you know, the root, but as opposed to getting everybody to understand the benefits of it,
I agree.
they're
Yeah.
focusing on the benefits of the THC. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think we've said on numerous times with anything, you know, when we talk about, like, you know, from you
Well,
know, your
even-
choices to you know, the Bitcoin stuff, anything you can abuse.
Well,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to the weed thing, though, the CBD hemp oil, which does reduce the autism that kids have,
Yep,
and
stop
it is
seizures and stuff
it is
like that.
naturally healing. Just for I mean,
Yeah.
not trying to go against it. I know weed does heal some.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Exactly, but that's what I'm
but
saying,
Like you're
is
saying,
some.
there is that. I know this individual in California where he was like what you're saying, because he called himself like activist for weed, so he would make sure he knew a way to explain why weed was you could brush your teeth with weed.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
you could wipe your ass with weed. It's good for you.
Build
know?
a house with the branches. And
Yeah.
no, I know what
Like,
you mean.
he found
But
every reason.
no, I agree 1,000% with that. Like, it's shown to reduce seizures in kids and all that
Yeah.
other stuff. And some people have even had to change states and change locations where they live to go to a weed-friendly state just to pretty much save their kid's life.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
again,
I
think
feel you
it's-
on that, to where, like, there's definitely properties and things that you can turn weed into or extract from marijuana.
Yeah.
That can be very helpful.
Huge.
But like, there's also the people out there that are just like, dude, just smoke a joint, everything will be fine, man. Then
Yeah.
that's the word.
I think the boom, though, if it does happen for President Trump to legalize it,
But he can't, though. It's
Well,
a states' right. He can make it to a states' right thing, though.
Like I said, this is just what
It's
I heard.
going to come down. I understand it, but the rest of how everything else works
Can't
is
say he can't do anything. I mean,
No, but
he's
you
been doing
can,
a lot of
though,
things
because-
people said he can't do. They said he can't win. He won.
no.
He's
But
out
that's
here pissing on Russians.
Yeah.
You
Russian
know-
girls pissing on him.
Exactly.
Vice versa.
You know he's
But
pissing back. You know he's pissing back.
I
You know
see
what I'm
where
saying?
you're going.
Just no, I'm just saying the truth of it is the most that he can say is just like, hey, it's not a federal crime. It's up to the states to figure out, you know, what.
True.
You know, which and
That's the,
that's all
10th
anybody's
Amendment. That's
asking.
the- yes.
That's all anybody's
Yep.
asking, because, you know, give somebody the
totally,
opportunity
that's-
to treat them for their kids for it. You know what I'm saying? Give somebody
Yeah.
to, you know, like I said, if they
Which
think
is
they
a beautiful
can
thing.
build a house and fix a broken leg with it, you know.
Exactly. More
No,
power to him.
You know, but
Exactly.
again, I
That's
think
that.
it's
That's after they smoked. There's like, you know what? We're gonna build this house out of this stuff.
But it might be like a reason, or, you know what I'm saying, like just to, I guess, justify, like, you know, the downside parts about it, you know what I'm saying? Because when you see something, like, and they're just like, they're stuck on stupid, what's the first
Yep.
thing you say? This motherfucker's high.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? This motherfucker's high as hell right now, you know what I'm saying? You guys probably saw in one of the first 15 episodes, I guarantee you, watch very closely if you can make that same assumption on what you see with us.
Hey, where's
but-
Waldo?
All right, we gotta have. That's who's missing. We gotta get
Yeah.
ourselves a Waldo. But if anybody would like to let us know where to find our cheap Waldo, where can they find us at? What's the number? Shout it out.
203-941-0045. You can call or text. Obviously, it's free. We're not charging anyone for anything.
Not a dime.
Call,
No.
drop a message. Let us know what's up. Let us know if you love it. Let us know if you hate it. Let us know if you got advice. Let us know if you need advice. Let us know where we can buy a fucking Waldo.
Yeah.
Advertisement too,
Can-
y'all. Just come on out.
Is there
Shout
way?
out.
Can we help you with your life? Can you help
Yeah.
us with our life? You know,
Yes.
want to hear from you.
Can we blossom together?
Real quick though, on the thinking in a sinister world, could Donald Trump, and I know the word is not legalized, but I know it's that decriminalize. Now, could he do that? Get reelected, then double back?
Well, he did it with the whole not going to war, so it's possible. Anything's possible. That's why I'm saying anything's possible. You can't say you can't do something.
Well, no. Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
because
this president.
Listen,
no,
Kevin
but
Hart
see-
was screaming it and crying, man. Anything's possible.
With
Jump
no,
off
when I
your
say he
roof.
can't, though, I'm just talking about within the framing of, you know, the Constitution, within the framing
yeah,
of how
yeah,
everything
yeah,
works.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like the most that he can do is just say, hey, on a federal level, like, guys, step back. You know what I'm saying? Because then, you know, like I said, if, you know, can say for all of its benefits, if he would just put his foot down and say, you know, damn it, it's legal all across, like that's, you know, that's an absolute power that, you know.
Yeah.
But speaking of absolute powers, NBA, I don't think is anybody running away with it. Everybody's got a loss right now, right? That's
Celtics
because they
lost
smoke
one, I
weed
know
in
that.
the NBA, though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I think
man.
of all the major sports, there's probably the most weed smokers. in the NBA.
Definitely NBA is filled with the most celebrity enticing all the world. Yeah, so I would say drinkers, smokers, partiers,
more weed in the NBA.
The fucking gangsters and the party people. I don't know, but my Celtics, they ain't my team, but they my team. You feel me?
Yeah.
They lost.
Yeah. Well, the series even that
They
was the one.
Series?
No.
They just
That's
lost one,
out.
so the series for them is 2-1 right now. But
Now, and is it 5 or 7 game series?
I thought it was. I thought it was 5,
yeah,
but
first half.
correct us if we're wrong, right? 203-941-0045. Do you know sports better than 3-piece and a biscuit?
Probably. But what I think is interesting is I was watching TV yesterday. Now learning that it's 5. Dude, LeBron James, fucking the Cavs are 2-2 with the Pacers.
Yeah.
That's so. LeBron getting knocked out in the first fucking.
That would be
Great.
big. That would
That's
be big.
real big.
A lot of people want to see that.
Yeah,
haters.
absolutely. Just they want to see
and
the
I'll
Thunder
say,
go down, or
I'm
not
not-
the Thunder, Warriors.
State,
Yeah,
I'm not a hater of LeBron James, but I would like him to lose just to change it up sake of. I don't want it to be the
No, but
Cavs and
see-
the fucking Warriors
but-
again.
but
Like,
see-
it's going to get to a point where people are going to be like,
what happens
we're not watching
What
this.
happens though is they turn into a couple years where the New Jersey Nets made it to a finals, but they just got steamrolled over who they played. Where
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we want to see it, but then if you're like from a sports and memory perspective, you're just like, I don't even remember the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yep.
because a big team got knocked out and.
I think also in basketball, these teams that are stepping up now, they're realizing that you don't have to have big franchise money and have your big, powerful 3 squad. They're out there showing them that we're just the average 5. You know.
I think happening in the NBA right now is for a while the inmates were running the asylum, and this is the result where like maybe you'll have like a cohesive team, kind of like you're saying, where a bunch of guys are just gonna come out and be like, yo, we're about to win this. You know, So that'd be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of story. Not so much the bad news bears. But
and honestly, a lot of it comes down to if people choose to try during the regular season, because that's what it is. Like, you notice the gameplay in the playoffs versus the regular season.
In no
is
other
fucking
sport,
ridiculous.
in basketball, it's definitely like the regular season in basketball is a preseason.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
definitely the longest preseason in all of sports. But I don't think there's any major upsets. So right, I think everybody has a win and a loss. As far as
I don't think anyone's getting swept.
real quick,
no, so
do you
far,
want- I was gonna say
swept?
with the Sixers.
Okay, Sixers game 5, and the Sixers are up. It's 3-1.
Okay, so that was one of
Against
the
the Heat.
upsets I think
Nice.
that we had.
Game tomorrow. Well, actually, just today. Well, game 8 p.m. on whatever day this will be. Y'all know.
It's history right now, but
By
Exactly.
next week, it'll be over. But just look at it that way.
Next week we'll talk about it.
Exactly. But if you want to talk about it, give us a call. 203-941-0045.
And then who else we got with the like you said, Cavs Pacers 2-2,
Yeah,
Rockets Timberwolves 2-1.
all right. Anybody see
leads.
Derrick Rose lit it up? Right? Did you see the other night's game? What do you think,
I
of
did
Derrick
not.
Rose?
He's
got the hair now, the
he's
little
a beast,
dreads.
I pray for
You
his
know?
ankles. That's it. I pray for his ankles.
I
Every
know. He was
night
like he
before
was
I go
almost
to
like that
sleep.
Brandon Roy when I was talking about him, just like it was so good. And then I think the Spurs are down, right?
Spurs down.
Spurs
might
are
be
down,
the-
but Ginobili went nuts the other night,
Yeah.
and he pretty much saved them from getting swept because I think that they're 3-1 now. I
They're
believe
on their last breath.
they're on their last leg.
Well, no, it'd be
Yep.
a 7 game series then, because if we're already at 3-1, right?
True.
Yeah. Okay.
No, well,
Yeah.
you're right.
Otherwise,
teams
it's
are 3-1,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Here at
see
3
that?
Piece and a Biscuit, we correct ourselves.
So there's no need to call in to think if you think that you know sports better than us, because you do.
Yeah. You didn't wait long. Patience is the key to this lesson
That's
right
too
here.
funny.
Patience.
And patience is something that LeBron James is exuding versus what's his man that guards him on the Pacers that
Man.
blows on the side of his
Oh
face.
yeah. Lance Anderson, Stephen Anderson.
Something
I know you're
about.
talking
I think his
yeah.
name begins with an L. I think
Yeah.
it's Lance or something like
For
that.
loss.
Exactly.
No.
But that he's the new age Dennis Rodman with that whole like hands in the face. I'm walking slowly backwards into you.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you have
touching
to
you.
be that exact. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Little Draymond Green though, but I think that's
Yep.
where the
Remember that? How about we didn't have a podcast when I was having, but remember when Draymond Green kept kicking people in the dick and was just like, dude, that's how I shoot the ball. I shoot the ball and I fucking kick him in the dick. That's how I shoot.
yeah.
And like there had to be an actual adult conversation about it where people weren't just like, stop kicking people in
like,
the
yo,
dick.
bro.
Or did you guys see? I don't know the kid's name. He's got like some his name probably sounds like a clothing line, but he plays for Duke and he was like he tripped people like all year.
Yes,
there's
yes,
like
yes,
a,
yes.
there's like a
He was
long
the
clip
rich
of-
white kid.
Yes,
Yep, yep.
yeah. But yeah, you got to see this. It's hilarious. It's
No, he was
it's
that, like,
hilarious.
It was the equivalent of he was throwing a fit. Like he was like a little kid having a temper tantrum on the court and like Yeah. You know that thing in basketball where they pretend that they're locked up with somebody else? And I can't get my arm free.
Yeah.
One of those guys
stuck in the net.
Exactly.
They're
Stuck in the net.
Reeks like onions, and they're like, ah.
You know?
Motherfuckers.
Or that dude on the Cavs, what was it, 2 playoffs ago, where the dude separated his shoulder pretty much on purpose?
Ouch. Yeah.
That was wild, yeah.
Speaking of
Kevin Love. It happened to Kevin Love. That's who it was. Yeah.
Love.
Not to separate
of
real
Speaking
quick.
of-
I know we're talking about separating shoulders. Like this kind of, I don't know if we want to get into wrestling real quick, but I saw some of these
Speaking of separation of church and state.
some of those shoots where they had talked about like some of the real things that actually happened.
Yeah.
In the real shoot on Kurt Angle. I know it's like old news, but I wasn't aware about this. They had one of these Tough Enough competitions, and Daniel Puder or something, but some guy was one of the contestants, and when he came out to build some heat for Kurt Angle, he got him in a Kimura and was about to break his leg, and the referee's first thing was to now he's got Angle in a Kimura while he's on his back. He does a quick 3 count and they get him to break the hold. But I was like, wow, that was like, this was a young, like, you want to talk about people telling you, like, take the bull, like, go for it, seize the moment. Like, that was kind of crazy. This dude went up there, like, thinking, I'm going to break Kurt Angle's arm. My moment's going to be breaking his arm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's some old school wrestling shit right there, man.
Yep.
Going to the territory.
Yeah. But
there's always been that long-standing rumor that Hulk Hogan, like his last match before he was going to jump to WWE, whoever he was wrestling was offered $100,000 to break his leg. Because they were just like, we know he's going to WWE, whether he was in the AWA, whatever he was in. They were like, he's about to go to WWE. They're going to strap the rocket to him. Obviously, nobody could have expected fucking Hulkamania, but they knew that he was going up to be a main event guy, and that offer was out there for whoever he was wrestling. I forgot the guy's name. To $100,000 to break his leg. Damn. And he chose not to.
What's his name? Vern Gagne.
I was probably at the time.
Vern Gagne.
He was there. He's got like 1,000 wins and like 48 losses or something.
And always back in the day, they talk about and they brag about. Ric Flair would always like brag about. And we had hour Broadways every night. Yeah. If you don't know, in wrestling terms, a Broadway is a fucking tie. It's a time limit tie. So if you imagine people wrestling for a fucking hour, and this was before Lucha Libre flips and all that other shit.
Yeah. Headlocks.
Wrestling for
that's the headlock in an onion. Exactly.
Doing the 20-minute headlock, so they wrestle for a fucking hour, and then ding, 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 tie. Wow. I guess back in the day they loved it, but shit.
Here's the thing, and again, this is where you decide if you're a fan or not. When you see the practitioners of wrestling, like if you don't know what you want to do, and you're a big boy, and you're like, I like wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Like body slam, like suplex, like but then you have like like a Dean Malenko, a Bret Hart, you know what I'm saying? You got Bret Hart, who Bret Hart's greatest, you know what his greatest greatest achievement in all of wrestling was? What? Never injuring another person.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He goes out of everything, the money and everything. He goes, the thing that I'm most prideful of is I never hurt anybody that I worked with.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's interesting because his career ended because Goldberg kicked him in the side of the head for real.
I know,
And then like he ended up having a seizure and all that
else,
or stroke.
He had the wind knocked out of him before. You got to, it's like, and I remember watching it at the time, and it seemed a little off. Was just like,
Yeah.
But I think Bret Hart was having problems when he came over too, though. He seemed a little,
He was like.
Touched by the Illuminati or something.
No, I think the Montreal screw job fucked him up for real. You know how they say when you can go through something traumatic enough that it changes you as a person?
Yeah.
I think that that was that.
I'll say, was this before or after his brother passed?
His brother passed when he was in WCW, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in WCW, was he a heel though? Because I mean, maybe.
Well, that was when anti-hero, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like
I could have been fucking with him too.
He came in as a baby, and then they switched him to a heel quick because. WCW was one of those places they didn't know what the fuck to do with anybody. Dude.
Yeah. At the time, it was like NWO was just the rise and downfall all in the same.
But
thing.
but speaking back to how you're talking about those big guys that just I'll get into wrestling for a paycheck. That was Goldberg, man. And he fucking kicked Bret Hart in the side of the head for real, and that was the end of his shit.
But and actually, to sum it up, and let's get off this for a second. But getting into wrestling, big wrestling news was actually no substitute teacher. Bret Hart, right?
Goldberg.
Oh, Goldberg. Okay. Tying into wrestling news, we were talking earlier the Brock Lesnar contract. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
I haven't heard the
so
details.
Basically, there's two parts to it, and I'll tell you the money, and little Mattress will tell you what Brock has to do for the money. Okay. So it's basically in two parts. One is the appearance for things like a Monday night.
And these are alleged numbers that we're saying here that we read about on the internet.
Just
but
Monday
they're
night?
close enough.
Yeah. So it was about 127, 130,000 per appearance, and then the pay-per-views was about 630,000, and then I heard like 6% of all merchandise.
Yep.
Damn,
Okay?
of
Now-
him or just
Now,
for
no,
all merchandise?
watch him break Brock
his,
Lesnar.
yeah.
But now break down what now. Brock Lesnar appearance.
Yeah,
So Brock Lesnar
Apparel.
appearance, what he's going to do on a Monday night, he's not going to be fighting at all. If there's going to be any type of physical interaction, if someone's going to come at him, he's
Touch
going to
him.
put him up on the shoulders. Whoop, fuck them.
Yeah.
But so basically, what he's going to make for $130,000, he's going to stand out there, bounce left and right, look menacing, and Paul Heyman, his manager, is going to cut a promo about how badass he is.
And maybe a 30-second sprint might be involved. You know,
Exactly,
something like that. You know,
Yeah,
a run to the ring.
exactly.
So pretty much he's just going to be breathing heavy.
He's gonna do
That's
his
it.
thing, whatever you've seen. So,
Bouncing the pecs, showing you what's
Damn.
what.
okay, under no
130,000.
Breath is probably $100 a breath. Just
Right.
easily. And then and now for the pay-per-view where he actually has to wrestle,
Yep.
is like 600.
That's a lot of breath.
30,000.
And how we were talking
commitment. You know what I'm saying? The potential for
He gets-
injury, but
yeah,
He gets paid on the heartbeat.
exactly.
So
And how we were talking a little bit before about hour matches, Brock's not doing that.
no.
Brock's good for about an 8-minute match.
Yeah,
So
no ties
you
with
figure,
Brock.
No.
Getting disqualified.
Exactly. There's no ties with Brock. But real quick, just to add in something that's interesting, WWE is going over to Saudi Arabia for the
Yes.
first time, and
do what?
Okay.
Take back the
first
oil?
time in a long time.
Crazy.
They're going over to Saudi Arabia to do it's called the Greatest Royal Rumble. So it's a 50-man Royal Rumble. Fucking crazy.
Bigger ring. Was it always 50?
No, it's like 20 when they do it.
The Royal
20,
Rumble?
they-
29,
they-
I think, right? Because number 30 and 29,
You're right. Yeah,
27.
yeah. It's
So they're
usually
not going to make the ring bigger?
no.
Dimensions stay the same?
Yeah, people.
They might trick the eye, go from an 18-foot ring to a 20-foot ring, maybe for the night. You know,
Yeah.
maybe something like that, like boxing.
But you
They
got to
both
remember
are,
too,
yeah.
especially in a Royal Rumble, people aren't in there for long.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some that are, but usually, I mean, there's a lot of the jobbers
Yeah.
going out. So that's going to be interesting.
And you probably got a
50-person
dozen.
Royal Rumble, like you could tell that there's big money because like Undertaker has a match on the card.
Yeah.
like John
Well,
Cena's
don't
fighting
forget,
Triple H.
It's also has ridiculous money out there. Though,
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
They-
that is
I've heard those
ridiculous
like
money.
rumors of their Bugatti breaks down in the desert and they're just like, fuck
Yeah,
it, and
now,
they just go back.
without
like, they don't
the
care.
exacts. This is with countries, and I don't know where they fall, but these oil-rich countries. Sometimes like
Yep.
the people there just they get like I think what equates to sometimes like 30 to 70,000 like U.S. They get from the country. You know what I'm saying? Like just in oil. You know, like
Yeah.
oil money. You know, it's
That's that
crazy.
Indian casino
What
money.
else? Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's just
And
Saudi
crazy.
Arabian oil and the American dollar connect. That's the whole petrodollar thing.
Well, that's-
that was created years ago.
well, here's
it was
the
the
thing that-
system that's killing us. And like crypto is taking over. But go ahead.
No,
Bars?
well, this would be the part where should something interesting go down. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
American
there's-
money going down. A lot of a little.
China's taking over.
Saudi-
Well, I know
Saudi
we
drink,
totally
you know?
changed, but the whole oil thing, that's a big issue with tied to the financial system. Of
Hey
our
man, you
world.
never know. Vince McMahon might be trying to get in the oil business. Who knows? But one of the interesting parts about it, with them going over there, they're trying to kind of break bread and almost see what can happen with, because this trip, no females can go, and
Oh,
it's
hell
not
no.
it's
Yeah.
not no females can wrestle. There's no female commentators. There's no female interviewers. There's no female
Lillian Garcia's not
anyone.
being on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. No females doing anything.
You
so that's
respect
interesting.
our rights of our nation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because they did perform in a different country, and it was the first time females ever wrestled, but they all had to wear bodysuits, like full,
Yeah.
everything covered up to the neck.
Man
you know?
bodysuits like Goliath wore in
Exactly.
wrestling. So there were women with men. Just kidding. I don't know. But it sounds right.
But that's going to be an interesting thing, man. And they're saying it's going to be like a 6-hour pay-per-view. It should be a big
Damn.
deal. I guess they're trying to break, because I guess still,
trying
like,
to break bread.
the Indian market is the biggest
Yeah,
for
well-
WWE.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at people outside of China,
Yep.
China and India. Like there's
They've been laying the
so
smackdown for
many
years.
people, so many
Years.
For years.
people. Many people.
They still got the big old wavy WWF hands somewhere laying in the corner.
What's
of,
that? Iron Sheik? Right? Well, he wasn't Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
right? He was
that's-
what Tehran, Iran, but.
Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure there was somebody. Where was Sabu? Sabu claimed to be from Saudi Arabia.
Maybe.
There's
He
got to
was
be somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. Oh, how about And I read an interview. You guys remember
The Sultan.
Abdullah the Butcher?
Oh, yeah.
Abdullah the Butcher, he had
His
hepatitis.
forehead is fucked up.
Yeah, and he was in a part where he just would make you bleed just to bleed, like where they talk about we're gonna bleed this match. Well, they don't do it anymore, but they talk about he had knowingly like passed like hepatitis and shit to people, I mean, like every magazine, like back in the '80s, had like a little small picture of Abdullah the Butcher bleeding.
That's true.
His head looked like
and out there, if you're listening and perhaps you have a computer, maybe you got Google Abdullah the Butcher's forehead. It's interesting.
That's like a wet thumb.
To say the least.
Like a wet thumb. You put your thumb in the water.
You've been in the bathtub too long, and you're like, looks like Abdullah the Butcher's forehead. Get out of the tub.
Yes.
Bathtub sub-a-dub. Don't forget to subscribe to the 3-piece and a mug biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the I forgot to say to the Steamians out there once again. The Steam team, we keep it steaming. You know what
I like to steam it.
That's what we do. We support each other out there. We get the upvotes. We comment. We curate.
Put coal in the fire on the train and steam it.
Periods and semicolons and sentences and shit. And we talk to people. You know, that's what we
do things and
reach
say
out.
Stuff.
But,
so man, if you're out there watching us, please hit like, hit subscribe, share it if you feel so inclined. And 203-941-0045 is the hotline that you can call or text. Of course, everything is free. Leave a message, talk some shit. If you need a shout out, let us know. If you need some self-esteem raised, let us know, man. We'll be like, hey, you're doing a good job because we believe you.
This is free too. So
free money.
Burn up the phones. Burn it up. Burn
means
it up.
nothing.
So what else was going on, actually? Episode 16. It's been a
Sweet
fun ride
Sweet
so far.
16, yes.
Actually, I had a quick little trivia question. We can put something, or thoughts. I was thinking maybe we could tie into 3-piece. 3 thoughts. I had seen the question. I read a little bit about it. Which animals kill the most humans?
Which animals kill
read the article.
the most humans?
Are we talking about in the water or on land?
Yeah.
Make it do what it do.
Yeah,
Get
let's
deep
see.
on them. Drop some bars on the people at home. They want to know.
Which animal kills the most humans? I would go
I'd throw a
with
couple
car
out
accidents with some sort of.
Well, no, we're talking about animals, Cheddar Mike. Animals. We're
I know. So
about,
these animals are the reason.
unless you can show a gorilla, a monkey, a dog that drove a car, then we can tie in the auto.
Okay.
But I'm talking
So it's
about
no horse and carriage type shit.
maybe attacking the horses.
Amish? No, I'm gonna pass on that. All right. You get
really
3 tries.
Correct answer. I'm just curious what 3 you guys might think. You know,
I would say maybe
a grizzly bear out there.
I would say maybe
out there.
Maybe a moose.
Moose.
Because if you hit a fucking moose with a car, that's not like a deer. Like you can,
that's like a brick wall probably.
Animal kills
a
human.
But I've
so
only
it's
seen,
not a fish.
It could be though. A shark? There isn't a correct answer to this one.
There is no correct answer. All right.
Shark
I was gonna say.
They
So the human is remember the last episode I mentioned that they say we're actually part animal. Remember when I was there? They say we're 46% animal. You don't remember that?
I don't.
I do.
Episode?
I do.
Okay.
I don't listen back to the show. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember.
No, but
I like to do it and leave it as a moment in time.
Well, I mean, again, I'm thinking like, is there a grizzly bear? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so what people throwing out there was like the grizzly bear. You know what I'm saying? Something like a silverback. You know what I'm saying? Polar bear, a shark, a snake,
polar bears
bugs.
Polar bears are looking skinny these days. I don't think a polar bear is really fucking
kills the most.
people.
What animal kills the most humans?
Do you have the answer, or are we just guessing?
I
just want to know.
Evil Luciferians
Again,
the
there
deep
was no.
Get those cryptos! Get those cryptos!
I know.
They're behind those cryptos. I don't know.
Yeah, well, no. Basically, they were summing up like maybe it's an insect. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a snake. But at the same time, like for the animal to kill the human the most. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd actually have to be a threat to that human. So really, like I said, it was all speculation. That was
so there is no
what
answer.
You guys would think. No.
Yeah, I would think.
I swore before you said you read it and there was an answer.
I thought so
what if
too.
Yeah, but it's alright. It's a trick.
Yeah, for me, I would say it would be something that you would hit with your car, like a moose or a deer or some shit like that. But
Yeah. Well, no, they were referring to animals that would kill a human. So, but I know what you're saying. You're saying like the effect of
as in kill them on purpose. Is what you mean?
Yeah,
like natural instinct.
Yeah, which they would feel that we were a greater threat to of attack.
Yeah,
So,
no.
I think that the real answer is
I think humans are more savage than any animal out there.
I think ultimately, yeah. If you enjoyed the last 2 minutes, you definitely agree that animals are by far.
Who else is
the
savage?
most savage.
Kanye Savage. You heard about him?
I did. I heard a part where
Came back on social media. He was gone for a minute. Came back.
Yeah.
Kanye back, yo.
but still followed him though.
I follow
Right,
Kanye
if you,
because he's a Trump supporter.
He's in that sunken place. A lot
He's
of
in a
people are
sunken
talking
place.
about.
Yes, a lot of people are talking.
Blink
about
2
that.
times, 3 times, right? Get out.
If you're okay. He's good right now. Supposedly, every hour he'd be posting something.
Yeah, well,
uplifting.
new album, right? New album coming out. If you guys are big Kanye fans,
Yeah.
7-song album. Oh, you know what? We actually forgot. This was big news this week. I mean, I don't know, maybe not, but Kendrick Lamar winning the Pulitzer Prize.
Yes,
Was
for
that,
damn, right?
You know, right? The last album, whatever Humble was on, and big accomplishment.
Shout
there.
out to Kendrick. I
Cardi B album
appreciate
came
you
out.
rapping like an alien. Here and there.
I hate that he took all of Andre 3000's vocal effects. That's because
But
I'm a hater.
He's giving mad
I do not
homage
like
to
him.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe just a progression of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Like this, the mutation of everything, right? We become what we constantly hear. So
Yeah,
maybe
I think
it's a credit.
I think he kind of is one of those. He doesn't understand how much he's influenced by him, and there's an
Yeah.
entire new audience of people that if they heard Andre 3000, they would just be like,
Oh.
"Why does he sound like him?"
A
You
lot
know?
of, but you remember, I think what there was the pun effect. I think it was like that. There was a Tupac effect like
Yep.
that. You know,
The Southern
Bone
effect is
Thug- yeah,
definitely
yes,
fuck the Southern
yes,
effect.
You know, but I
See,
think
and that's the thing too, where the
process and mutation
Bone
of the
Thugs
music.
thing. A lot of people will say the Rap Fest thing, but I think Bone Thugs did a whole lot more with harmonies and shit like that, rather
Yeah.
than hence Bone Thugs and harmony.
Right,
But yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I think they influenced some people to Rap Fest, but I don't think anyone was able to do anything like they did with the Rap Fest and the harmony stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I thought they were truly one of the groups that should have been something else, and not what they are now, playing for fucking 500 people at wherever they're playing
carnivals. I
nowadays.
know. Yeah.
Now they all stuck at their own
Firehouse.
crossroads, trying to figure out what to do.
Yo, end the show right now. End the show.
That's right. Waiting for the first.
No,
of the
but
month.
back to
How about
Kanye,
that?
like you were saying. Supposedly he's producing a bunch of albums too. He said he's producing the new what's the dude from the Clips that still raps?
Yeah,
One of them retired, one of them-
Clips?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one, the guy that's still rapping from the Clips, he's producing his album.
Oh, Murder Move? I don't know his name.
Producing his album. He's producing his own album that the name album to describe it is odd because, like you're saying, it's supposed to be 7 or 8 tracks.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
calling that an album is interesting. That could be a conversation.
Right.
Then he's putting out an album together with Kid Cudi for reasons unknown to me. But then he's producing Nas's new album.
Uh-oh.
Now,
So that should be interesting
Nas!
as well.
now, what about is this
Nas is like.
flipping it up because like every shit we kind of get lost in it all, but a while back we were talking about how it's so easy for everyone, or it seems more people now are going, the gold, platinum, and because it's about streams, or downloads.
Yep.
Could they, would they, should they, or is there a way to go back to with vinyl being popular, go back to actual album sales? Because
Definitely.
that's the thing when we got so deep into the digital age that it just found funny to people say that someone's coming out with a new album because it's just like, oh, you mean like thing that I can like download for nothing? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
you
they're coming
can't
out with
touch
new
it
down-
anymore.
Yeah.
You can't feel the vinyl, you can't feel the kit.
Open it up, read the lyrics and
Yep.
stuff, or see
Yep.
pictures, or you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. But
I think that
I don't know, is
I think that is partial of but we'll go to the record sales, but I think that experience right there is part of why I can't tell you an album that I've listened to more than once in a long fucking time. You know what I mean? Like everything's disposable now. Like, and regardless if the music was good, I think back in the day, it's like you had the CD, you had the cover, you had the fucking. It was a physical product that you had in your hand, and not just another piece of your cell phone. You know what I mean? So I think back we might have listened to albums more and like felt because now it's just like literally I have Spotify. I have. Not every, but I'm going to say I have every piece of music that was ever made on my phone. You know what I mean? So it's not like with so many choices. When you're on Netflix, you can pick from 1,000 fucking movies. It's tough to choose one. If I could choose from 4, I'd be good.
Yeah.
Give me 4 choices, I'd be fine. But how you're saying with the, I think the record sales is weird, and I don't know how to put it back together again. You know what I mean? Because I do think that it's wild unfair that streams count towards album sales because there's a whole lot of people going platinum that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And I think now because it's so easy to just download it, you don't see it. that I think that you might be wiser with your money if you realize that you were actually holding on to the named album. You know, because I think if you were to download it, I don't know if you're really listening. I think it feels like it's that much easier to just find the songs that you like, and you might actually download it and then grab the 2 songs that you like and lose the rest. You know, like put it on a playlist and.
That's crazy. I don't know.
But I don't know. I guess maybe if the dollar amount is the same, or I don't know.
I know that there is a formula to it. Don't ever let that hit the ground. I know that there is a formula to it.
Speaking of which, I got some.
And it's not, if you listen to a whole album, it counts as an album sale. I know that there is a ridiculous formula to it, but I don't know who came up with the formula. I don't know how it fucking translates into reality.
It turns into like a Steam thing where every 2 cents just.
I was gonna say, at least streaming now, though, like you said, though, it is a double-edged sword where someone really shitty and stupid could get big, but it's an open playing field in a sense. Where obviously
open source.
You don't have the marketing team that this person has. You don't have 20, 30, 40 people working for you that this one person has. You know, you don't have someone dressing you every day and fucking. But yeah, I mean, I think it creates an opportunity like Steam it for us. We could do any music we want, and it's there. It's ours. It's on the blockchain. You know, you can't take it back. Blocker.
Chain.
But yeah, future right now. Speaking of crypto and Steam, it's at $3. Its lowest before I got some, it was like $160, so double my money.
Double up.
Steam's gonna be nice, you know what I'm saying? Invest, you know who you is.
I didn't hear anything else though. It seems like it's kind of quiet.
Crypto
now. Last week we were saying that there was it was actually a quiet time, and if you were ready to buy long term, but like I said, haven't really. Yeah. It's actually been a full week where I haven't heard anything. Nothing like a question to come up.
This is just like it, where everyone's on the hush hush that knows the secret. It's
well, it's been slowly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm speaking what do I say? You guys know by now, right? The only way to stay woke is to what? Not fall asleep. I mean, I don't sleep. I read everything. You know,
it's been slowly rising, and I think only once it. I think yeast. I think only when it's going 8,000, 7,000, 7,500, 6,000, 6 to 8. I think that's the only time when people are really going nuts. But this week it was like 8,000, 8,2, 8,4. I think yesterday I checked it was like 8,8. You know, so it's
currently
split,
right now it's 8,
anytime
9.
you get 8s, you split.
Yep.
Anytime right now they're saying if it gets to 9, it might go down. They say if it gets to 9.2, 9. They say if it gets past 9.5, that's when maybe the floodgates are opening. But from the 9.2 to 9.3 range, they'll say still be ready for it to go back down because they're gonna make the profit to bring it back down to 8.7.
Real quick for first timers,
8.7's the resistance right now.
For first timers, noobs like myself, when you guys say follow it, where would one follow it?
Follow what?
Follow the score, the trends.
Oh, you could go depending on if you have money in the game. There's certain exchanges that give you live to date fluctuations.
You could literally just literally Google cryptos and it'll give you the list of them all. You could literally Google Bitcoin and it'll pop up with the price right there.
My man here just hit me with the Google. See, I'm trying to get some facts for you, and he hit me with the Google.
But the website, if you don't go to Google, is CoinMarketCap.
Okay, something like that. Okay, all right.
And then another website would be GDAX.com.
Okay. There's an app called Coinbase that you can.
Don't give it all away now. Don't give it all away. We're talking about nuggets. There's 3 pieces. That was a nugget.
Most of the world
dropped a biscuit.
Yeah,
it's crazy though. That honestly,
dipping it in gravy for him and shit.
When we talk about crypto, though, when you think about it as it trying to be a global currency, it's only in its like 3-4% of the world knows about it.
Yeah.
And can access it.
Yeah, but again, I think the terrible thing would be for it to be to be available on a global level is 100% supportive, but to turn it all over to it, like I said, that's when hopefully everyone starts saying like, hey, get out, because then we're talking about like that's when you really have a chip. You know what I'm saying? You're paying.
I'm gonna get
that's
out.
That. Yeah, the cashless society
If everything became crypto, like I said, you got people like
That's when you gotta worry.
Out in these streets, bartering.
Like I said, but as it rises as a real player, like you know what I'm saying, like piece of gold, piece of silver, piece of crypto. Like
I mean, I'll tell you, my main game is invest in it now, but when it comes out, have physical stuff that's mine. Like for example, I plan on buying my house with a crypto money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, car with crypto. You could do some of these things already.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
I think if people look around, there's that some pawn shops or exchanges. You know what I'm saying? I do know in Connecticut there are a couple spots. So interesting to see.
Even if you get to New York, there's Bitcoin ATMs, man.
Yeah,
they got Bitcoin ATMs out there.
Did you get in the game yet?
Oh no, like I said, I was early in on it. You know, I'm gonna just hold off. You know, I'm gonna hold off on that one.
He still got his computer locked that you were mining.
Oh, that was a horrible story. Yeah, like I said, I'll tell it again. I think I told it before, but back in what was it, 08, right? Yeah, 08, 09. I was coming around like, hey man, this Bitcoin thing, you know. I tried the mining part about it, right? Because now there's really two ways of going about it, and people, I don't want to say people will frown upon the mining, but mining is still another way for people to generate Bitcoin, right? Yeah. More information, like I said, Google,
the miners are the
Google
ones that
mining.
confirm the transactions.
Correct, yeah. So two ways of getting in it. So at the time, though, I was interested in mining. I did a little research. I set up an e-wallet and everything. I had a password and everything, and then I just kind of like forgot it. I moved back from closer down here.
I like to move it.
And then I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I didn't plug the computer in for a while. And then years go by, and I'm like, yeah, I remember something like that. Never getting around to it. I hoped that I had opened up a chain at that time. You know what I'm saying? It was just like daylight dollar short.
The mining though, with the electricity that it consumes, they're saying, and by like 2025 or 2030, there's the electricity that it consumes. It's when they're gonna introduce their new 4G, 5G systems. Right. And speaking of the 5G though, I don't know if you guys know how dangerous that is to humans.
I think it's all crazy. Speaking of danger to humans, what I mentioned to you before. Did you see that there was a release? There was a guy that was investigating Antifa, and he had searched for some documentation from an alleged source, alleged government source, and with the information that he received back, it had information on reading your mind thoughts and then scrambling your mind.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
I heard about that
last week. All right. Talking about some of the symptoms. I mean, there was pictures of the human body talking about, and I didn't get super detailed. You know, I enlarged an image. You know what I'm saying? I'll come out here and I'll tell you what I saw. You know. But it's very, very interesting when you see like some of the things like, you know, but again, at the same time, it's like, it's like going up on WebMD. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like, wait a minute. Oh, no, where'd it go?
I'm scrambled.
You know,
I got cancer everywhere.
But interesting, you know what I'm saying? Put it past them? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I think it's definitely going on.
Another thing with the mining that I saw on the internet is a lot of people are, not a lot of people, some people are using it to heat their house, actually. Doing the whole, like, because the computers give off so much fucking heat that they're, piping it through the house and fucking heating their house with it. So I thought that was interesting.
Making the most money mining are, like, there's areas in China, Canada, Iberia, people don't realize is one of the biggest mining nations, where it's just freezing cold and it's perfect for them. And
I did see
their
that.
electricity is just dirt cheap, too. So it's like... No one knows about them, but
Santa on the roof?
They're just
Santa Claus is
they're
coming
just
to
sitting
town.
back collecting this shit, you know. And that's why, I mean, our government and most governments, this is the year of regulation to
Warren G's coming
try
back.
to
mount up.
Try to let the people know that, hey, it's just like with taxes. People pay it, people don't. You know, it's like
bars. End the show.
Just like with your seatbelt. People wear it, people don't.
Turn this shit off right now.
Just like with the stop sign. People stop, people don't.
Turn this off.
I mean,
feel free to watch it again, just in case.
But that's the truth, yo. So you have to see where you stand.
When the feds come and get us.
When the feds come for your capital gains, just hold on to your crypto for over a year and it's better for you.
For real. Now, how about you? Do you have any interest in mining, or you're just all into the...
I do not right now, no.
It's tougher now, right? That's what I was leading to. It's very tough to get into the mining game now. If I was to mine,
I would mine some of the newer coins that are much cheaper that no one's using, so it's,
mine the Litecoin and shit like that, the Ethereum.
Exactly.
That's cool.
But, that's a possibility maybe in the future. We can set up our own 3-piece mining rig for our own 3-piece currency!
Because
mine a biscuit.
Actually, tie it back
biscuits.
To the other episode. You guys, if you remember which one it is, leave it in the comments. But the soccer player who opened up his own cryptocurrency, I was telling you about that. That was
white paper,
Was there any update on that, or it's just that it's...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have you heard anything further?
Nope. All I heard was some coins, they made a partnership, and it made a pop, but it wasn't much. But one of these coins, it's a privacy coin, but it merged partnership with Pornhub.
Okay.
So the porn business
is
official.
It's official. Once porn gets into it, money is done.
Yep.
They was trying to say, like, try to cover up the drug game on it. Now drug game's got nothing to worry about now that porn's in it.
Yep.
Speaking of which, did we touch into porn, sex,
Well,
sex slaves?
Sex slaves, pedophilia, the
Smallville.
dark web.
No. But this is the lady from Smallville mentioning earlier.
An actress.
Yeah, actress from the show Smallville. It was Nexium, N-X-I-U-M or something. Was the name? Basically, was I thought it was a cult. They branded the guy's initials onto these chicks, and I think they referred to him not as the master, as the philosopher or something. Yeah, so she's a flight risk right now. You know what I'm saying? They got her. They don't want to let her. Right now they're trying to get her on house arrest because they believe that she will flee. But
she's first of many. First of many.
Crazy. I know.
They know who they
are.
It's
all. It's been ongoing. That again, expose. Right? What I say before. I haven't
expose is the key word. Expose. Anything that you think you done that isn't gonna get out, it's gonna get out.
Right, Snitch 2018.
Believe it.
Real quick, just before the Illuminati gets you, what do? Post it live. You know what I'm saying? Tell them. That's why. Moment of silence. Barbara Bush isn't with us, right? It had to be the Illuminati.
There was a poll on the internet. You let us know. Did she go to heaven or hell? You decide.
Did either one of
do we decide? Humans decide.
We do.
Imagine a system where once someone dies, the whole world, you get this little.
Go online.
That's the system when I told you about how they want to implant people's consciousness into a machine.
That's the Black Mirror.
Sickness.
The Black Mirror.
What was that? I totally cut you off. You were.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, Barbara Bush was about to, let everything go about the pedophiles and all that, so they took her out. That was it.
Some people
they were like Barbara Bush
was a man.
Well,
she always had a mean wig. That was the problem.
The thing about her, she did not age gracefully, and she aged very fast.
Yeah.
It's just.
Listen, when your plug for the baby blood runs dry, then what are you gonna do? Let's not wait till the baby blood's dry.
Yes.
Telling you, man, when you can't drink that baby blood anymore, the wrinkles come through. You start looking like a little butcher.
Honestly,
the Quaker Oats. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people had thought that she was actually the person from Quaker Oats. Quaker Oats oatmeal. That's true. Look that up. People actually believe that she was.
Little known fact: Barbara Bush was George Washington reincarnated. Switched it over from the tranny. You know what I mean? The tranny switch. You can't tell anyone anything about it.
Craziness.
So they kept the bloodline clean. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Remember when George Bush not the guy that almost died from the pretzel, but his father.
Yes.
Remember when he came out and flipped the fucking coin at the Super Bowl? That shit was rough. Because he almost died.
And shit, and the wind was blowing him over.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
He's looking like Mr. Burns to the fullest.
Oh man.
But man, hey, one thing I gotta comment on is I respect Donald Trump for not going to her funeral because if it's fuck you while you're living, it's fuck you while you're dead, man. And I respect that. Yeah. I really respect that.
That's right.
Because there's been some people in my life that I have not enjoyed while they were living, and they died, and I watched people go to their funeral, and I'm like,
well, here, like I said, not that I necessarily expect you guys to attend, but I expect you guys to be calling a lot of people out at my funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how
you
ain't
gonna love him?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, yo, could y'all wait for a minute or something? Just, however, whatever. Last dying requesting will.
No, that's not true. You don't know. I know.
Yeah. Just go with the old, Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here.
Leave a message at the beep, 203-941-0045.
That's
Leave a message at the beep. But it's funny. Did you see the pictures of Obama? I'm not saying kicking game. I'm not saying anything like that. But making Melania laugh.
Yeah.
Those are some funny pictures.
Yeah,
man.
But again, not hard to do. You know what I'm saying? She's an upset woman. The easiest thing to do is, is to make an unhappy woman smile. So
exactly. No, yeah, I'm not saying there's anything going on.
No. But it was funny.
I love all of the. He was whispering. He's like, Michelle's a man. We could do this thing, and she's like, you nasty little fuck.
Yep. Because whenever she's next to Trump, she's stone faced and just fucking, I don't want to be here. Like I remember to personalize it. I remember after my parents got divorced and my father got remarried a year later to a woman that had 2 kids, and I remember sitting at the dinner table and that was my face.
Here.
I don't want to fucking be here.
Sam, pass the gravy.
Exactly. Yep. That's it. To where you're just in that, and I feel like she's in that mood constantly of like, I married you because you were a fucking billionaire. Like, I did not ask to be the first lady of the United States. I don't want to fucking be here.
I wanted private jets, not Air Force One.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there was a lot of, part of the animosity with them was, she was like,
knows?
but you said that we weren't going to win.
Exactly.
You said there was no way we could win. You said it yourself.
Well, and that's interesting to take it all the way back to the marijuana thing. I'm going to be surprised if Trump wants to run again. just his age.
He's gonna win.
No, I'm not saying that he's not gonna win. I'm saying to
really
run.
have the puppet masters.
If he's allowed to. Oh yeah, there's people,
there's for the most part people have given up on him. Oh, you know what I wanted to actually tie on because this happened in the week, but a longtime friend of the show, Mr. Alex Jones. He was ready to jump ship. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, they got to him, and you know.
Yeah. I was talking to him the other day, and he was telling me, he's like, I'm like, I've been supporting Trump for a while, and I just think he's trying to fake people out. I was like, all right. I agree, kind of, because I don't know if you guys heard of QAnon. I don't know if you guys know the posts that go on in the secret dialogue and Trump's tweets that he's dropping code on things that's happening that a lot of American public aren't aware of. So I think we'll see.
The problem
when it comes to the whole bombing Syria thing, I'm gonna call out false flag. Anytime you got rumors and speculation of videos of people doing fucked up shit to kids and doing some horrible things, you got to create another story. And
that's the one. Yeah,
people with
they
white
know.
hats and cameras being actors. There's actually a footage out of some of it.
The
kid goes back, says yes, it was an act, and the father's pissed off because they just took the little boy. He's like, they just took my kid to fucking do their episode.
Well, that's to pull at the heartstrings, man. Like whenever it's a kid involved, stuff like that, that'll pull. Once again, I don't know if it was real or fake, but that is a way to make people react real quick, and that's why the school shootings, go along with the guns. But we're not going to talk about guns.
Oh, but the other shooting that got no news, right? We didn't talk about it at the Waffle House down in Tennessee.
Waffle House.
3 people dead. It was one here. I guess we want to call him a hero, but there was a gentleman who was in between when the shooting happened. Went in between the bathrooms, saw when he was about to reload, came out, took him down. Nice. So he's hopefully. We'll get recognized. He looked out of it. He was definitely still shook up from the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Or they had him up early in the morning, but he was
Damn.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Is there a backstory on the why now or no?
No. Well, it's all gonna.
Do we know the weapon of choice?
The obvious weapon of choice is the only weapon that appears to be.
Was it an assault rifle?
In these shootings, yes, assault rifle, white male.
Naked.
All of the victims were black.
Naked?
Yeah.
They said he was just wearing a coat, and other than that, he
That's some movie shit that you get brainwashed.
Yeah, that's what I feel too. Like those ones,
MK Ultra and stuff. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Those
it's just
like
now, like the hat, I'll probably wear it.
Like the kid right there, like the kid that shot up the theater when Batman was happening.
Yeah.
Dude, look at his fucking eyes. Because now you got to put it like this. Okay, say that dude was on drugs. Say that dude was on all that other stuff. Once they have him in like confinement for a while, he's not taking whatever recreational drugs that he wanted to before, if that's what was happening, all that other stuff. And then the dude's still just like 1,000-mile stare, still out of it. Like somehow dyed his hair fucking like purple in jail. Like, come on, like what the fuck's happening here?
Yeah,
that shit was weird, man.
Too much. There's too much going on.
But yeah, like we said, man, Barbara Bush took the dirt nap. That shit was interesting. And then there's the picture out there of George Bush Jr., all their wives. Clinton's, Obama, all them standing together with Melania, and then Trump's the only one missing. So that's an interesting.
But again, it's that picture would be taken at any point in time. It just so happened that Donald Trump wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you, they will always have actually I could be wrong. Was why wasn't maybe Jimmy Carter there? But usually something like that, all living presidents are there for a photo opportunity. Yeah. It's just now, because of social media and our phones, those are the Instagram pictures, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to being on the front page of the paper. You know what I'm saying?
Selfie pictures.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You have it coming from, like, whatever, Starfleet 409, telling you about how, like, look at, he out playing some golf and,
No, they hate that Obama's on vacation. Like, there's some people, I swear, that don't understand that Obama's not president anymore. They're just like, then this motherfucker's just going on vacation. That's where... You're like, yeah, he's not the president.
No, but that's where I say, like, but also I keep saying, like, what's with this, like, Clinton thing? Like, I know she's still, out there and speaking and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but, anytime you hear, like, because right now we're coming up on primaries, and the big thing is just, like, everyone is still in fear of, like, Clinton and Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, well, like you said, Obama's not president, and like, people are acting like Clinton's actively on like this. She shows up in the mysterious spots. I think her, like, one of her most recent meetings, she was spotted at the IMF thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that's something to raise questions and stuff.
She shows up to explain How did we lose?
Yeah, but it's not with the same frequency, and I just see the conservatives just.
She's not drinking enough blood.
Well, no, I think that you have another side that has drank so much Kool-Aid that's all they see is they think that everybody coming out is her.
Does anyone have any opinions on? Do you think that Hillary still has hot sauce in her purse now that she left Louisiana?
I do, and I think the hot sauce was the cause of the hysteria. Wow. The hot sauce was caused. You know what I'm saying? Like the
I think the actual hot sauce was baby blood.
Truth.
Yeah. Frank's Red Hot Baby Blood.
That's so true. That was one thing, man. That it was a hilarious election because it was just like, well, it's her turn. She gets to do it, and then she goes out there and starts doing fucking country impressions, and she starts talking. She put on a black scent. She put on a fucking black scent, which was so amazing. Like, and she said she had hot sauce in her purse. I still want to know, and if anybody knows, please call or text our goddamn hotline 203-941-0045. What the fuck was the piece of metal that fell out of her fucking leg before she passed out into the minivan?
Yeah,
I need to know.
Nobody knows.
But I need to know.
There was there was the one, and again, because it always comes down to an issue of health. And what I found the funniest one was a colostomy bag ripping.
Ooh.
Did you hear that one?
No.
Yeah, so they talked about seizures and strokes because the glasses lined up with the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? Again, if depending on the narrative that you wanted to believe, but
you say, information is out there. If you believe that she has strokes and she falls out into that, and if you believe she's a picture of health. Both of the information are out there for both of them.
Yeah. But so supposedly though, the is coming down with you always hear people say you hear women talking about this though, but like I'm afraid to sneeze or laugh because I'll pee. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it to that point? Like where maybe she again. To what do we know about these people's health? You know,
caught out of oopsie whoopsie.
We have doctors. We have doctors saying that Trump's a bill of health. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm thinking, well, obviously he's not. So I'm tend to believe that maybe Hillary's got a little colostomy bag in her. You know?
Yeah.
Do we need to know? I don't care. But here's the other part about it too, where I'm talking about truth to light, and I don't think I want to see this. Because what's going to happen is with the pedophilia accusations is we're going to look for proof now, and people have always been making accusations that I'm saying like this happened, and it's either it gets hushed, it's truth, then it gets suppressed or whatever. But if this exists,
been existing.
I don't want to see it.
I know it's gonna be.
But
sickening.
Here's the other part too, though. I don't want to see it, and then I'm thinking like, man, I know there's like granny porn and stuff out there, but like what?
People ask this question like, well, if the video's out there, how come someone just doesn't post it somewhere so they can see it? But you got to keep in mind, like, imagine if you posted that in Times Square on a big screen TV. There's all different age groups. People.
Yep.
That's shocking, disgusting. Like that's the type of shit that you see in that movie, fucking where once a year they fucking slaughter everyone.
The Purge.
Yeah.
But there is a guy on YouTube that's really fucking funny who claims that Hillary Clinton ate his ass, which is the fucking funniest shit ever. To where he was knocked out, whatever. However, the government chose to hit him with the syringe in the neck, whatever it was, and he said that he woke up on his back with his legs behind him, and Hillary Clinton was eating his ass. So YouTube that after you watch this video. Hey, maybe we'll put the link below.
Yeah. Or if you find it, throw that link in that shit. That'd definitely be interesting. But it's to me, it's all like in the craziness. Unfortunately, what I'm saying, we live in a world where personally nothing really surprises me. Only because like I said, I feel like in early on it just seemed like there was a lot of what I recognize as truth, and now I'm seeing, wow, this is.
We live in a magical world.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Sorta,
but even how we were saying, man, I agree that there's going to be some things coming out because everything comes to the light eventually.
Yeah.
I'm just still pessimistic about any actual change that comes from it. You know what I mean? That's my thing of like, I'm going to be interested in to see if it's just like, holy shit, that happened. Got to go to work. You know what I mean? Or if it's like a serious, holy fuck, this happened. The world's got to change now. The world.
Because the thing is, how do you go ahead and address it? And like I said, we could debate this for a long time and how to address it. And that's why I say it's not going to be that big of a shock because going ahead to address it is a much bigger issue than
Remember when I told you about there's this guy, Cliff High, he made the web bot that predicts the future through all the algorithm that the internet picks up, the language and all that. So what he was discussing was with all the stuff after it comes out, America's image in the world right now we're seen as the top. We're gonna drop to like the 4 or 5 spot. China's gonna be number 1, or Russia. They're gonna fight the 1 and 2 spot for a while, and then when we fix our image of what we had to expose, that's when we rise back up to the top.
Because here's just a hypothetical. All right, a video comes out. It's 12 minutes long. It's Obama getting his dick sucked by Michelle and Hillary Clinton while fucking by Michael Michelle they're giving him a double blowjob while Bill Clinton fucking masturbates in the corner. What happens?
Sick, disgusting. You're mind blown. You're like, what the fuck? You're pissed off, and you want some sort of.
I don't think I'd be pissed. I mean, I'm not saying I'd be turned on, but I'm just saying. What's that?
All the tax, all that shit comes into play. All the money that they took.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. With people picking onto this one spot, saying like this is where it all happened, and I think it's been going on longer than that. Longer than that.
I think right now it's
JFK was getting his ass eaten out in the White House by Maryland. It was real.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Because JFK been known.
Yep.
No, but actually made me think J. Edgar Hoover thing. We had a president who actually wore dresses.
Yep.
FBI has that. Yep.
Is it all Democrats that have done some sort of stuff inside? It was John F. Kennedy with Marilyn Monroe, Bill Clinton with Monica Lewinsky. Then it was.
No, I think I
actually read something about that. I don't know why it's significant, but they just pointed out.
Yeah, no, why? I think it's.
Who knows?
The crookedness.
Might be just the known ones, you know what I mean? Yeah. There could be stuff behind the scenes.
True, because they all fucked up, to be honest with
you. Yeah, it's all, but that's what I'm saying is I love being alive right now because I love that it seems like shit hitting the fan is imminent, but it's probably seemed that way for a long time. But just in terms of Trump being president in the first place, I love that I'm alive to see this rather than read about it later or have died before it happened. But I'm excited about what's to come for like shit exploding and shit coming out.
I'm excited like that too because right now we're in a time where we are gonna extend our life, and don't get me wrong, I want to live longer. I don't know if I want to live forever, but at the same time we're gonna live long enough to see big change. I think that's what's so exciting for me personally. And
I would have to agree. And almost on that, guys, we're at 60 minutes. Anything else that want to tell? We missed a lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we'll cover a lot next week, but just a quick little rest in peace to Mini-Me. Vern Troyer passed away. The Mini-Me from the Austin Powers movie. So that's unfortunate. He was 49 years old. Interesting, but
there's so much that was, and I hate to think about it in a little people perspective, but like seeing like when he went through that whole rehab thing.
Midget, Dave.
No, I guess. Like I said, I know. Well, I've been
a little big man.
But I always thought like when you see them with drinking problems, are you thinking like, do they really have the drinking problem? You know what I'm saying? Because you know that your intoxication is related to your alcohol, your blood alcohol level. Yeah.
So and how far is he really getting past one beer?
Yes, that's what I mean. But like I said, Phil, all types of feel wrong about it, but it's
But if you enjoyed the show,
cough syrup would
leave a like, leave an upvote on Steam, leave a like on the Google Plus. Yeah. We're talking about midgets getting drunk.
We keep it steamy.
Game of Thrones type shit. That's the only time I would love to be a midget and be drunk, being a Lannister. I mean, you're getting all the ladies. But yeah, you know who it is. It's the Steam team. It's a 3-piece and a biscuit. We keep it live and real. One day YouTube might censor us, but we just stay steaming.
Exactly.
We stay steaming.
Call us up and let us know how you're steaming at 203-941-0045. You can text the number as well. We keep it steamy.
And we out.
Sweet 16.
Peace.